welcome to Digital Sim Gaming. I'm Chantosis, and this is another episode of OceanBlock2. Right, done a little bit of modifications because didn't fancy running around every single time, so I've got two little shortcuts and a new room. So yeah, we can just run through here. There is a couple of things that I need to sort out. I need to double block this roof, which I'm going to do once I've got some more stuff. But I have started setting stuff up, and I also need a flint and steel because the portal went out. So we'll get a flint and steel, and we are going to chuck. What have we got? We've got 6.6 bars in there, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I need to double brick that one and that one. So let's go up and do that while I still remember. So we need that one. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I'm literally double bricking it with polished andesite, purely and simply because I can, and I'm back. Right, so we go there. We need to go here, and this will just basically stop the drips, which are quite annoying. Like so. And then we'll just go over to the other section. As you can see, I've already done it on most of the places. And it's effective. So. And I can't see this one, so I don't care. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the above. I mean, realistically, right? If I do this, and I grab that brick, and I just change the edges. Like so, nobody's actually going to know. Because you only ever see the edge anyway. Oops. No, don't do that. So that edge we'll deal with in a moment, as with the other edge on the glass. That should be pretty cool. Okay, so if we go onto the other side, we need a couple more here. We'll go down and into here. As you can see, I mean that edge up there, I don't really notice, but these ones I do. So these ones 100% notice. So if we go up here, we should be able to do. Oh, those blocks are behind the glass. So possibly not. You know what? I'll do that later because it will annoy me when I see it again. But the basics are done. So that's fine. Right. So if I put that away, put that up here. Right, we need to turn the portal back on. There we go. Perfect. We'll keep holding the steel. Right, so we need to get out of this gear and into this gear. And we need to go build a platform. So what I'm going to do for now is put that in there, and then I'm going to shove that in there. And we're going to go build a platform in the nether, so that we can set up our time crystal stuff. So if we go, so, oh, I need to put the salt thing on my belt. There it is. I need to take the belt slot out, that's right. Oh, if I'm taking the belt slot out, I need to take my belt stuff. So I need that, and then the rest of it should be fine. Cool, let's go back into the nether. Get the thing on the belt. No, I don't have the thing on the belt. Oh, okay, let's put the thing on the belt. Come on. Right, so we've got a bit of a platform. Okay, we've got a little bit of a platform. However, we're going to make it. So, room. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Cereal. Right. So after that interruption, I'm going to add. I'm not going to do it here. Actually, I'm going to do it pretty much here. I'm going to add a portal so that I can get back and forwards pretty quick. So let's another. I know it's a lava world, but I don't care. And then that way, that will get us backwards and forwards to home. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we'll be able to jump backwards and forwards, which is quite good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the same kind of setup. So we're going to do one. So from what I've seen, we kind of want 3 blocks between the middle, right? So we kind of want one there, and we want one there, and then the one on the right is the one that I'm always going to put the sensor thing on, right? So if I go to here and then say that the block I actually want is a time crystal, which is this. So if I put that in there, and then I right click, you can set this. I know you can't really see it. Do I need any of this stuff anymore? No, I don't, because I've completed all of that stuff. So let's get rid of that. So you can see stage any, so it will do any time crystal. We want it in stage 2, right? Because stage 1 gets it into here, stage 2 gets it to here, stage 3 is the end one. And then what we want to do is we want to increase this. Oh no, we don't want to increase this one. That's bullshit. What we want to do is we want to move this across. So that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong way. There we go. So what we're doing is we're going to check this middle block here, right? And then this thing here is going to be increased. So we'll turn that on, and it's going to go that way, up 1, and then we'll go back 1. There we go. So it basically takes the 3x3, and then what we will do is increase the size, and then -1. No, so we leave it where it is, but move it up. There we go, and then 1 across. That's right. So it covers that same 3x3 block. So this one here will have this on it, and then we'll activate this to send it to the compact machine. But this one here is going to be linked to the overworld, right? So if I get a portal gun, we go home. There we go. And then we'll reset the portal gun to 11. Okay, so we've got here, if I grab the wrench, we're going to have to go downstairs for this. There we go. Right, so I've got to grab the wrench, and so this one will send it back to here. This one will send it. So we're going to right click this. It's bound. And then we're going to go into the nether. And then we're going to right click this one, because this is the one where it's going to send it to. Right? This block here. Yeah? So those 9 blocks are going to be sent into this 9 block area. And then what we want to do, this one, bounce to the nether, put that to one side because it's going to go from the nether to the compact machine. So we're going to go home, like so, and we're going to go downstairs again. And I've moved the compact machine to the wall just here because I'm using a smaller one. I don't really want a huge one. So I'm using a smaller one. So we're going to do exactly the same thing where we landed here. So it's going to be this kind of here. So 1, 2, and then there, and then 1, 2, and then there. Right. So it gives us like that 3-block radius. So this is the one where we will be sent into. So we'll do 2, 2, 2. Show that, and then we need a 1. Nope. There we go. Up 1, and there. So we're putting it in that area, and then we're going to link this one. So we're going to link that to here. Done. And then we're going to put the sensor on the top, and we're going to say that we want the time crystal, but when it comes back to this, right? So we're going to right click and we're going to go stage 0 because we want to send it back to. In fact, I say, yeah, that's right. When it hits, so when it dies, it's getting sent back. So yeah, no, that's right. So we'll get rid of that. We'll bind that one, and we'll go out, and we should land back here. Perfect. And we'll bind it to this one. There we go. So now what should happen is it should go from here into the nether, from the nether into the compact machine, and then from the compact machine it should come back out here. That's the plan, right? So in the compact machine is where it should all finish, essentially. So this here, if we turn this on, we should be able to do, no, there we go. So it should be that block there, right? So this block here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, I've got a whole bunch of these because you can grow, and I was planning to, you can grow like budding time crystals. So this here should then grow, right? Because this is a full, this is good, this one. Now, does the growth accelerators work in here? I think they do. I think the growth accelerators work. So I'm going to go grab one. I'm going to break one from over here, I think. And we're going to see if that is actually true. So if we grab that and that, we'll just do it, run with it. So much better with the shortcuts. Right, and we need to jump back in here. And what we're going to do, see, it's going to take it with it, isn't it? I didn't really think that through. Yeah, I didn't think that through. So it's not going to do it, is it? Let's go and have a look at the rift. So this thing here, so we need to observe a budding crystal time block, right? So we need one of those blocks, really. So I need to make one. Yeah. Okay, so that broke okay, but we need to get one in here. So we need to grow one, which means we need to get goo, and we need to feed the goo. That sounds so wrong. We need to feed the goo. Feed me some more. Feed me now. We've got no goo there. Have we got any goo in here? No. Where's all the goo gone? I'm going to go over here and just steal this goo, I think. Do I need a bucket first? Probably. Or should I just let it spill out? Let's just let it spill out. I'm not really that bothered right now. Right, so shadow post goo, we need... Let's put a crystal there. There we go, that should come on. we'll get 2 of those, and then we'll run back in here. So the idea is we're going to make a block in that section here, right? So this thing here is going to be stage 1. So this is where it. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put the goo here. And we need to feed the goo. Do we need to feed the goo? Yeah, we need to feed the goo. So we'll feed the goo, and then that should turn it into the first stage, which is this, right? Ultimately, that should be what it does. Turns it into the first stage. But it shouldn't jump yet, he says. Now, maybe I should turn shaders off. Shaders. There's a key bind, isn't there? Shaders doesn't work. Okay, that's not working. That's not working, is it? Time crystal blocks are feeling something to do with goo. Craft a time crystal, then use it to create a budding time crystal block. Oh. Okay, so to fully grow time crystals, you need to absorb energy from the overworld, nether, and a compact machine world, right? Use these blocks to date. Okay, so use this and this. Or use that. To fully grow time crystals, you need to absorb energy from the overworld. No. This can be done using advanced swappers. Use these blocks. Time crystal box, goo. Craft a time crystal block, then use it to create a budding time crystal block. Do I have to do that? Do I have to put that block there? Yes. Okay. So I need the time crystal block next to the goo to create the budding time crystal block. Right, okay, that kind of makes sense. Let's go and turn our shaders back on. I kind of like the shaders. Shaders nibbled. This one. There we go. Alright. It looks so much better with shaders on. But yeah, you just can't see this, which is a shame, but we'll work that out. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got that quest complete. We can pull this goo, and we'll keep that separate. Right, so now this is, you can see the particles, so it's pulling in the stuff from the overworld. Then once it reaches 1, it will go into the nether, which I need to go hook up the power. So let's go hook up the power. Oh, I also need to chunk it. So what do I want? Yeah, I want that one, don't I? So I want to chunk. They're all good. Oh, I'm spanning 2, look at that. Right, so we've got those, and then we're claiming those, so that's fine. Right, so what should happen is it should collect what it needs to collect and then jump to here. This should now be stage 2, right? So when it collects the other stuff, it'll jump into here. And then, yeah, that's that. So this needs power. So power is going to be... We're just going to break all these blocks up here. Run the power. Do we run the power under? That's better. Jeez. And then we're going to run it over there. So here. No! Alright, so have I got my magnet? Yes. Should be able to break that, grab it back. And then that one. And then... So actually I should be able to break all of these because now we've got one. And then we should be able to break those. And then should just be able to link it across straight across the top. Like so. And up here to the top. And then we'll put our little plug thing in there in the corner. Like so. There we go. And then what we should be able to do is just right click that and then cover the floor back. There we go. Alright, so that's that one. So this one's got power, this one's got power, this one's got power, so this will take it to the next stage, which is 2. Alright? So realistically what we should be able to do is go and see whether this is... And I don't know honestly how long this takes, so it could take quite a while. Although we don't really need... You know what, I'm going to establish a permanent portal because we don't really need the crystal stuff because we've got enough stuff to do that. So I'm going to get the portal gun and I'm going to establish a gun to the nether. Over here. That looks like it's finished. So we're going to do that there and then we're going to go to the nether. And hopefully these will be cross-dimensional. And then... Right. Yeah, there we go. These are cross-dimensional. Okay, so if we get rid of portal guns, we now should be able to just jump backwards and forwards. So this, to me, suggests that it's finished, right? Stage 1. Flooding time. Yeah. Overworld, nether, compact machine. In order. Okay, so this one is done. So it should have... It needs a strong signal. That needs a pulse. So is that not right? Any stage. Stage 0, no. Stage 1. Allow list, target blocks, strong signal, deny list, blocks. It wants to take all of those, so why is that not working? Is that bound? I don't know if that's bound. Maybe it isn't. It's the right area. Maybe we just use a lever for now. Maybe we need a lever to just get it going. I don't know. I don't know. But let's try that. Yep, right, that zipped off. But it didn't zip off here. Where'd it go? Did that go to the compact machine world? Yeah, it did. Okay, so I've linked it wrong. No. I haven't linked it wrong. The links are right. There's a difference. This hasn't got any power. Okay, we need some power. We need some Ender IO stuff. Well, I need to get the cables and stuff over here, really. We go Ender. Power cables. No, not those ones, those ones. Cool. Let's go. Oh, provides energy to rotation blocks. Okay, so that's another one. We need to go back into the compact machine world, get some power. So we'll go around the back. And then it disappeared. Alright, great. Awesome. Where'd it go? To the nether? It doesn't seem to be there. Oh, it's there. Oh. Well, this is gonna hurt. Okay, so broke the budding thing, which means I now need to go and make another time crystal and put it on goo. Which have got not enough shit. Right, okay, so I need to make some. I need to do a trip back to the thing. Right, let's get this thing working. Right, let's get it working. So, we're gonna get it working with levers for now, right? So, this thing, ferrocore wrench. Right, so. This machine, binding removed, bound to overworld, binding removed, right? Binding removed. Okay. This thing needs to go to the nether. So this, no, that's, okay, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I need to bind this one to this one. What? Okay, that was removed. So we've got binding bound to the nether. Bound to the nether. So that's now bound to the nether. Right? The binding has been removed on this one. So now it's going to go to there, right? And then I need to do binding removed. Yeah? And I need to go into the compact machine. I need to remove the bindings from there. So we're going to remove the bindings on those, and then this one is where it's going to come from the nether. So it'll be this one that is going to jump it to there, and then this one is going to be jumped from here. I think that's right. Right, the sensor is there for that one, right? And it's in the correct place, so we'll put that back in. This is obviously going to be wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if we do up and then back No. 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 There. Okay, so now that's in the correct place. This is in the correct place. Right, so it should go from the overworld to the nether to the... So hopefully the bindings are now correct. Alright? And then this one from that one. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, so we're going to put a crystal block up here, and we're going to put 2 of them, right? So this one should send it into the nether. There it is. Perfect. This one didn't do anything. Yeah, it's on pulse. And this is on budding time crystal. Okay, so this doesn't look right. It's not bound to anything. Okay, so we need to go back to the other. We need to go back to here. We need to bind and binding remove. So this one is bound to the nether. So this is so complicated. It's bound to this one. No, it's not. No, I've just popped up the other one. Right. Bound to the right. So binding remove. Bound. No. Binding removed. Binding removed. Let's get rid of all of this. Right, look. This one. Bound to the nether. That one. Then we need to go into the compact machine. And we need to remove the... Right, so this one is now bound to this one. And then we go out. And then we go, this one is bound to this one. There we go. Right, so now it should, we'll put another block, a couple of blocks, and we'll go into here, and we'll get rid of these blocks, and then we'll go back out. Right, so realistically, I'm going to put one of these on. That disappears, and that should go over to here. And it doesn't. Awesome. So I've bound that one where? Here. How? How did I do that? Bound it the wrong way around. I generally don't know why. This is not fun. Right. Binding removed. Binding removed. Binding removed. Binding removed. We're starting here. Okay, breathe. This one. To this one. This one. To this one. This one. To this one. Awesome. Not bound. Okay, so this one to this one. Ta-da! This one is not bound, so we'll take this one, and this one will go into here, bound to the nether. Okay, and then we'll take this one, because we're here, and bind it here. Now, not bound. Right, okay, so it doesn't like... No, that's down to the overworld. We need binding. The other one's got the binding removed, so now we attach it. Ooh. Now we attach it? No, get out! Did that work? Probably not. No, it's not bound. For Christ's sake. And I've gone to the nether like 4 times or 5 or 6 or 7 times in a row, and now my computer is deciding that it's doing a schizo. So I think what I'm going to do is pause it here. I'll be right back. I'm going to close this and then open it again and stop this weird stuff. Right. Okay. So I've reset the game. Right. What are we on? We're on not bound, and we're... Is that bound now? Not bound. Okay, so we go into here. And we're going from this one bound to overworld. I want it bound to compact world. Right, okay. Compact machines world. Yeah. And then we need that one bound to there. Is it bound? No, it's not. What the hell? Binding removed. Compact world. Bound. Right, okay. So now, when I flip the switch in the nether... Really? It's bound to the compact. You know what it is? I know what it is. Chunks. Chunk loading. Chunk loading, that's what it was. And this thing, so when it goes into here, it's going to not be stage 1, it's going to be stage 2. So when it right, so it will complete stage 1 in the overworld, it will complete stage 2 in the nether, so it will be stage 3 here. But we need it to be stage 0 because it will be 1 in the overworld. So it goes from 0 to 1 in the overworld, 1 to 2 in the nether, and it goes into here, it goes to 3. But after 3, it does the budding time crystals, and then after 3, it goes to 0, which then sends it back. So that needs to be 0 on an allow list, I think. I think that's how I've got it set up here. Yeah, on an allow list. So it goes... Really? Where's this bound? Bound to the nether. There it is. Oh, there's multiple. Boom. The boom. There it is. I don't know. Budding, allow list, shift, stage 0. Right, so we've got to do other bits of. In fact, actually, I need to go back in there and make sure it's done. Right, so I need a time crystal, and I need that, and I need to work out how to do all of these things and move things. Right now, that's it. So it does go from one to the other, but you just have to go into them. So, yeah, that's really annoying, but it's the only way that I can see that it's. Let's do that. That it's going to work. So if I manually do this at the moment, I don't know why this one's not working. Maybe if we do this, give it a little bit bigger area, maybe. I don't know. Either way, it does go, but it just doesn't go as it should. But I think realistically, I will fix that. Yeah, that's it. I need to go get more time crystals. Once I've got more time crystals, then I can do the other thing and yeah, not be so stupid next time. Right, there's an airdrop. So let's go and shove. We can get rid of those. We can get rid of growth accelerator. The rest of this stuff I'm going to keep hold of. This is for the block breaker. So this is for when we actually need to break the time crystals. Let's do that. I'm just cleaning up right now. Nope, that's not what I wanted to put in there. That's that I wanted to put in. And that. Right, let's go get our airdrop. We'll go get the airdrop and then that will be the end of this episode. It's a rather complicated episode. It kind of drove me a little bit nuts. Let's get it over. Another solar panel. Nice. Just grab a whole bunch of stuff. Right, so we got these things here. Create a compressed iron block. Create any block. Maintain any temperature, which I don't know what we're going to use that for, but anyway. Oh, I suppose. Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. That's an easy way of doing heat, right? So if we go over to here, is that right? Put it on here. Look at that. 10 degrees. Well, this is good because these things are annoying. There we go. And then we'll get rid of this one because I'm pretty sure we've got more temperature blocks. Where's the... There it is. What was it? Create. Yeah, there we go. Look, we got loads. So what I might do is just replace, because then I can get rid of these, right? And then it looks better, much better. There we go. And we'll put. So at the moment it's starting to creep up, but if we go minus. There you go, starting to fall back down. Perfect, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Right, so that means that all of this stuff is all good, which is really good. let's put those in there and that in there for the moment, because I'm not going there. However, we got loads and loads of stuff. Another big solar panel, so that's not too bad. We'll put the rest of this stuff in there. We won't actually need that, so I'm going to put that in there. What I am going to do though is grab that and the compact machine thing. We'll put it as well. So I'm going to go back to the rift. You guys have seen that. I'm just going to go back and collect a couple more triumph crystals, then come back and then craft another block. So next episode we will see how that thing does. I'm just going to craft the block and then I'm going to let it absorb in the overworld, transfer it to the nether, and then I'll transfer it from the nether to the compact machines, and we'll see if we can get that whole process working as well. But right now I will have a look at how that works and just make a couple more checks, just to make sure it will work, and then we'll get a time crystal there and we'll be all good. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. This has been a really complicated one for me. Hopefully at the end of this you understand how this works. You click where it is, where it's going, so it links it, so you're sending it essentially, and hopefully that'll be good. And yeah, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Synthesis. You've been awesome. Laters.